Disney's been spending a lot more than that on their series, Marvin. They've been spending about $150 million per series, and Daredevil is not even anything that's like outside the realm of what's normal, because they spent so much money on Daredevil already. They started spending 18 episodes, they were saying, and they already shot like a little bit less than a half of the episodes. That doesn't matter, because during the strike, they said to themselves, it doesn't work. So they're scrapping it all. Well, they're scrapping most of it. They're going to try to use some scenes, but scrapping most of it. During this strike, they actually fired their writers, fired their directors, and they're rehiring writers and directors to rewrite all of the show, all 18 episodes, because apparently they were saying it was too much like a formulaic lawyer show, and very different from what you got in the Netflix version of him just kicking ass out in the field being Daredevil. He didn't apparently become Daredevil until like the 4th episode, wearing his suit out there fighting anybody. So like it was like 3 episodes of him just being a lawyer. And after watching, they're like, well, the fans are gonna hate this shit because they want to see him kicking ass, being Daredevil, him fighting D'Onofrio. And so apparently Kevin Feige, all the higher ups decided we're going to scrap it, start over again. Now the producers on board are still going to stay as the writers still stay as producers. They're not going to be writers anymore, but, you know, they're still going to be attached for the whole run. And to me, it's like, that sucks, though. Like, you're that far into a show, you're going to scrap the whole thing? It just doesn't make any sense. I mean, it paused back in mid-June because of the writer's strike, and they tried to go as long as they could, and then they had to shut down. And then this happened in late September. Very quietly, they said this. And the people involved, the head writers, Chris Ord and Matt Corman, are probably pretty upset about this. I can't imagine, like, you think you're going so far, but Disney's done it before. Disney did it with, like, the Han Solo movie. They fired those guys because it was too much like a comedy Han Solo and not like the Han Solo they wanted, and they fired them. And then I mean that happens. They do all the time. They switch the whole guard and they bring somebody else in, and they think, well, this will work. But it's scary because they already said Echo's not doing well, and that's supposed to be like on the street like crime show, and they pushed up to January. They're talking about releasing the whole thing at once. And we want Daredevil to be good. If you're a fan of Daredevil, you want it to be good. You really want it to be. And they're spending $150 million on this. It should be good. But I don't know. It makes me nervous about the whole franchise. I'm worried to see where it's going to go. And I know people have been talking about this online a lot. If it winds up a better show, then it's worth the delay, right, Race Rocks? It's worth it. It's worth it if you know, they realize now that maybe the strike helped them understand that this was the wrong direction. They'll fix it, and they'll make it even better for the fans, because everybody wants Charlie Cox's Daredevil to be good. If you're a fan of the show, then you want it to be that good. And if you're a fan of the MCU, you've been preaching about how their shit's not been that good recently, so you want this to be good because it's supposed to be more of the adult-themed content that they're supposed to be bringing out. I mean, it's like Deadpool. You want to be fucking hardcore rated R in there. If it's not rated R, like just like adult-themed. And that's what this was supposed to be. And apparently it wasn't.
Deadpool's going to be amazing. How dare you bring Ryan Reynolds into this?
I hope so. Sabrina, what do you think? This is a good idea that they're scrapping all this, and they might use some scenes. But I think that's a good idea. They're that far deep, they're going to scrap it all and start over?
First off, shout out to Chinchilla in the chat. I don't know.
Chinchilla.
Apparently Peppy got through to some peoples. Ryan's also saying welcome to A Chinchilla. Apparently they've been going through
Hey, finally subscribe, fucking chinchillas.
So that happened. It happened. Good job, Brian. Your end rant is worth it, I guess. So yeah, no, I'm with the chat on this. It's a shame that it's been delayed, Queen. I agree with you on that, but I also agree with Racer X. If it turns out that it's going to make a better show, then why not? You know what I mean? Like I don't honestly. I was kind of in and out of the original series that was on Netflix, like here and there. Like I kind of go to sleep to it a bit, but I don't like. I got the idea. I think he's great. I think Rosario Dawson was great. I think like there was obviously Vincent D'Onofrio is great in everything that he does. He is a friend of the show. I have no problems with any of that, and I'd prefer them to put out something that's worth watching than a pile of steaming fucking hot dog shit. So I'm with it. If they want to scrap it all, apparently they've saved all this money from the strike, so they have money to burn. They're buying $400 million fucking IPs and fucking scrapping 9 episodes. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm saying studios in general. Yeah. It doesn't matter. Like, these are the people at the negotiating table. They're scrapping 9 episodes. Like, that's not cheap, So, if you are, while you were sitting there not making a deal, you said, oh, you know what, we can do better on this. I hope you're right. I hope you can do better, and I hope it is better when it comes out. So
I hope so. Marvin, have you watched this show at all? You hear about this. Do you think this is a good idea as a studio? I mean, you've been on set. You understand. You shoot that much of content, like almost half. So out of 18 episodes, almost half of it's in the can. Is that a good idea? Do you think that's right? If it fixes the show, like, what do you think about this?
Man, people need to understand this shit is a bottom line business.
Oh,
When you
sweet
mix
baby Jesus.
money and creativity, money gonna always win.
You're right.
Can you hear me now?
Hear me now, yeah.
Sorry about that. I don't know what's up with Wi-Fi, but it's one of those. It's a terrible marriage when you have the creative process, when you have the artsy thing, and then you have money involved. Money is gonna always beat the art for whatever reason. I don't know why these motherfuckers just. I mean, obviously you put this in to get a reward. You want to get some kind of recoup something, but at the end of the day, when Disney bought that IP, which is Marvel. That was just the end of times for Marvel, because me growing up watching, X-Men and all those shits as a kid, like those shits was dope. I mean, I love that. Especially you talking about comic book characters. I think to expound on those characters, you have to give them a television show. So the Daredevil show, when it was on, so wherever I seen it on growing up, like 5 years ago, whatever, it was dope.
Yeah, Netflix.
You said I was watching that shit growing up. Like, how old are you? 15?
When you work on set, your whole life is on set. So you have to tell me what year it is, and I can tell you where I was working at. That's how warped.
But you weren't growing up 5 years ago. Is all I'm trying to say.
Hey, Goldie.
Goldie!
I'm still the Toys R Us kids. I'm still growing up.
No, I'm just busting your balls. I know we don't know each other, but I'm just busting your balls. That's how I roll.
Yeah, I mean, it was so good though.
They platinum, so it's all good.
It was so good though, Marvin. The original show was so good. I mean, honestly, if you haven't watched it, check it out. It's still on Disney Plus. They edited some stuff out, but it was so good. And if you're a fan of that show and you tune in and it's 100% different show, when you're expecting a continuation at least, you're probably disappointed. Maybe that's why Kevin Feige made the right call, right? What do you think? He probably made the right call.
I'm pretty sure I'll be disappointed. But the thing about it is that I'm always disappointed in Disney. They're not my best company to work with, but I mean, hey, I'm gonna work with them again in the future anyway. But I don't give a fuck. They're still shitty. Like, I don't have a problem telling them about themselves. Like, let's just call it what it is.
Work for Disney a lot. I mean, they get deals. Let's just talk about for Daredevil before. They have deals where, and this is a whole thing that a producer came forward and said, it's a known thing where they let things go 3 seasons. That's how the contracts work. And at 3 seasons, the 4th season has to go to full rate. So if it's a show that they're getting a deal on from the network, or I should say from the union and the network, that 4th season, apparently the show is successful in their eyes, and then it has to go to normal rates. So Daredevil kind of fell into that. And so now this is technically the 4th season, but Disney's also, they just bought it, they're rebooting it. So to me, it makes sense that it's a different story, but in a way, it's still kind of the way they do it, where they reboot it and they save money and they don't pay full contracts for the actors. But Nick, I don't know if you ever watched Daredevil, but do you think that this is a good idea to scrap everything after filming so much and you've spent so much money? As a business, is that a good idea? But will it help the fans, them doing this at the end of the day, like Kevin Feige's saying?
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to be a resident hater. Just can all of it. Just can it. So I tried to watch the first series of... I tried to watch the first season of Daredevil when it was back on Netflix. I watched like the first 2 episodes and quickly realized that that like CW shit isn't for me, man. It's weird. I just don't dig it. So just scrap. Vincent D'Onofrio should be a villain in something else because he's super cool. But like, I don't know. Just kill it. We don't need it. We just need new stuff. Do new stuff.
So did they just scrap the whole thing at this point if they don't like it?
I mean, we can go even further and say we should just scrap the MCU and move on.
They're not going to do that, Nick. That's not going to happen
because like they don't care about what I think. They're just making
we talking about one of them people that's going to do what they do. That's the ultimate pimp hand right there. They're going to get their money. That's for sure.
But they've said before they're going to reboot it anyways after Secret Wars, then reboot it and do something else, but it's going to be like new actors, but continue it forward. They're not going to, they've spent so much money on Marvel. They're just trying to find ways to make their money back. Just like Star Wars, same thing. You spent $4 billion on Star Wars, you want to make your money back somehow, you know? And that's just the business.
Boring. It's boring, right? It's boring. Is anyone else just, like, unbelievably bored by the lack of innovation in, like,
Yes.
all these shows? Like, I liked Loki. I thought that was kind of cool.
Did you watch the first episode of the new Loki?
No.
No.
The new season's pretty fucking good so far. It's pretty good.
I haven't watched a Marvel show since I didn't finish Moon Knight, and I was like, I don't care, man. So,
I like Moon Knight. You like Moon Knight?
it was okay. I think Ethan Hawke is super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With his glass feet.
Yeah, they made his like really, really strange, like political leanings villainous, and it was, I don't know, it was really weird the way they went about that. I don't know, man.
It was kind of reminiscent of what'd you say? Winter Soldier and
Falcon and Winter Soldier. Yeah,
Falcon and
they're
Winter
like, you think war is bad? We're the bad guys. Like, what are you? Or like Ethan Hawke was like, everyone here enjoys free education, food and shelter, and clothing, and we're the villains. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
Like,
why is that bad?
Yeah, what? Everyone speaks a second language, and they're artists, and they're all villains. What are you talking about?
yeah.
When you said that to me, I didn't even like. I mean, I thought about it while I was watching it, and I was like, I don't understand why they're mad at these people. But like the way that they kind of played it out was like, you know, in a weird way acceptable. I don't want to say acceptable. Like they made it about then the guy who was Goldie Hawn's son. Like they kind of made it about him. And pulled the focus from it, so like it kind of, I don't know, it was. But when you said it to me, I'm like, that was it literally 100% right, 100% correct. Like it's crazy.
We're mad at the guys that want to make sure everyone has an education. That seems weird, right?
Right, so weird.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
So weird.
I don't know. Scrap Daredevil, and then all of them, all the shows, scrap them all. Just do something new and cool.
Everyone,
All right.
I'm gonna cut you off.
Now you gotta get my pee.
Have a sip of that pee, bro.
I don't know. I'm excited about Daredevil. I still think they shouldn't scrap it. I think they should just like, you know, make it right.
If it's not good, scrap it. Give us something better. Like if that's what you're doing.
They're gonna scrap it. They're gonna restart again.
I'm just a hater.
Yeah.
No, you're not a hater, dude. Come on.
Peppy, what are you wearing right now, by the way? Anyways, what the fuck are you doing over there, man?
You likes? I'm dressed up for Friday the 13th. You like my costume? You like it? You can call me sexy. Don't drink too much, guys. It's Friday. I still like to go for a walk. I don't like going on those drunk walks.
All right, buddy. Yeah.
Melon Bradley, welcome. Thanks for coming back.
Yeah, welcome back. But yeah,
I liked Hawkeye. Nick did not like Hawkeye. If I'm correct, Nick, am I wrong? You did not like Hawkeye.
I continually forgot that I even watched it.
I mean, Hawkeye has some emotions, but overall, it was whatever. Hawkeye. I mean,
I like that. What's her name, Nick? We always go back and forth about her name. The Farmiga.
Vera Farmiga is awesome. She's always a little too intense, but like in a really, really charming way. I dig the way
she's the mom.
Yeah, she's great.
So she was great, and also Vincent D'Onofrio. They didn't really give him what he should have gotten, but he was good. I like the hesitancy of Jeremy Renner. That new girl who I don't even know her name, unfortunately, was okay. I really loved Florence Pugh. I just really love her.
I start calling her "Pardon my tits."
I really love her
because I feel like she just likes, showing the tits off.
I don't care. I love her. I love her tits. I don't care. I love everything about her. I like her pixie cut. I like her long hair. I don't give a fuck. She can't do anything I don't like. I love her.
But Marvel is like talking about rebooting this shit. Marvel's trying to figure out their stuff because at the end of the day, it's a cinematic universe they're worried about. They want it to be great. They want it to be fantastic. They want to make the best product ever for their fans.